Hello, and welcome to our CPD series on social studies. My name is Stella, and I represent Reach to Teach Consult Limited. First, I want to begin by thanking all of you for doing a great job in the last academic year, and we look forward to a greater academic year in 2021-2022. For this series, we'll be looking at social studies. I know you have been preparing for the new academic year. You've been preparing your lesson notes. God bless you. In this series, I just want to share a few more ideas that you can use to make teaching social studies in class a great time. Now, what will we learn? Welcome. We're going to learn how to develop engaging classroom lessons. I know you have prepared your lessons and you have written out what you'll be teaching first, second, or third week, and sometimes in some schools you prepare up to 6 weeks. Congratulations, you're doing great. This is not to say that what you have prepared is bad. No, you are doing a great job, but this is just what you can add to it. Be open-minded to get new ideas that you can use to make your work easier and more fun. You're also going to learn how to use resources around you to teach social studies. Our introduction will begin like this. Social studies is a subject that should cover teaching of history, government, geography, and of course our rich cultures in Nigeria. We are blessed with a lot. North, south, east, and west, we have a variety of cultures that we can learn. So it is a great time for us to look at what the content of our social studies subject is all about. I know most of you will be like, excuse me, what has history, government, geography, and the cultures got to do with social studies? Social, learning about people and how they live their lives is really controlled by history, government, geography, and the cultures. In history, we're learning about the past and how it can help us understand how society can change and develop. Yes, we learn from the past, what has happened in the past. The children get to learn that. And they also know that whatever happened in the past should be able to help them modify the way they live today and the way they intend to live in the future. So when you're preparing your social studies lessons, it should also cover this. Looking at the aspect of government. Government is a system of rules and the people who make them and administer those rules. Okay, so the children are supposed to know how government is, how it was in the past, and how they hope it will be in future. So if we don't teach them about government now and how the people are affected, we don't know how it's going to be in the future because they'll be blank on that aspect. Some of you will say, oh, they're so young, but there's a lot they can learn. Government can begin from the classroom or even from home. Another aspect of social studies that I would like you to focus on is geography. Geography helps one understand the physical and cultural characteristics of the world. Okay, if you're familiar with Montessori system of education, you understand that this is not strange. These topics or these subjects are taught right from an early age. Unfortunately, in the Nigerian setting, the typical curriculum or the lesson planning or the scheme of work, these are split. But it is easier for you to put them together and intercurricular links, that's what I call them. Okay, if we're able to merge this together, it's easier for you to understand how related they are. If you sit down and check most of the textbooks or workbooks that you have presently, you can see that some of the topics are repeated. Exactly. Now let's go on. So what are we going to do? We want to try and make social studies fun and interactive. Interactive in the sense that you're not just the only one feeding the children with information. They should also feed you or feed themselves. They should share what they know. As you share yours, they share theirs. So everybody learns off each other. That's the essence of teaching in a school. How can we go about doing that? Let's see. I want us to go DIY, do it yourself. You see that object you have, the mobile phone? It is one great resource that most classroom teachers really get to use not so well. Most of us use it just to take pictures or browse the internet, to watch comic strips or read about gossips about celebrities, and we don't know that we can actually bring this into the classroom to help with our lessons. How can we do this? During this holiday, before the children come in, go through the subjects or the topics that you have in your scheme of work and get what you can do. Record videos. Say for instance, if a topic like weddings, we're talking about cultures, okay, maybe naming ceremonies or wedding rites or how weddings are held, or in different parts of the country. Where you are, you can actually, when you attend a wedding, use your phone to record the process, especially traditional rites. This would be great for the children because they can see you in this video. So it's not like, oh, something that was taken off the internet. It's great for us to get information from the internet, but at the same time, when it's real, when it's something that you have recorded yourself and the children get to see, it makes more sense to them because they can see you, so it's personalized to them. If we're looking at government, how the government is run, say for instance you're located in Lagos, nothing stops you from going around, go to Alausa and take pictures or videos of the different locations of the government house, the House of Assembly, and if you're lucky, because I know sometimes that people are invited, the public can take part. You can go into the building, okay, go through the you can even record. If it's allowed, let them know. If you're going on a field trip, fine, it's even good. They get to know, so you record that as well. Okay, let them know what you're making use using the video for. Okay, get their permission to be able to do that. And if you're going to be teaching about landforms in the state or around, take as you go on the bus rides or as you go around town, as you walk around, please use your phone. You can take pictures, you can record short videos that you can share in the classroom. And these are real resources that make a lot of sense. They're a lot better than what you have in the textbooks, because sometimes in the textbooks you have old pictures that are just recycled and edited. Now the other option is to set up a school museum. Some of you will scream, what does that mean? It's this simple. You can decide to do up your school hall or pick up one of the classrooms and modify it based on what you're teaching. Say for instance you're teaching the past leaders right from before independence and up till now. You can just set up a museum in a classroom by blowing up or printing out large pictures of the past presidents or past leaders of the country and put them around the wall or on the tables. You know how you display photos in a gallery? Okay, so you can put that as well, and then the children come visiting as if they're visitors, they're going on tour. The whole school will really learn a lot from that. So you can either do up your hall or you can do up a classroom. Isn't that wonderful? Another thing you can look at is involving the families. If you have no means of getting most of the resources you need, let the families help out. You can ask the families who has the old, let's say for instance, rotary phones, telephone, those one that you have to dial the number, it dials back, it rolls back, you know, the rotary phone, the very old kind of phone. If some people have them, oh please, we want to learn about communication, how people communicated in the past, let them bring that. You could ask the families as well, are there elderly members of the families present, maybe the grandfather or great-grandfather? Invite them to come to the school and tell a story. Remember the Tales by Moonlight series? Fantastic. If you have elders amongst families, please invite them to come and share stories of the past with the class. That would be a great resource. Okay, involving the families might also mean that sometimes these people travel and you are unable to travel. Maybe interstate travel, they go out of the state where you're located, maybe they go for different family events. Tell them to record videos or take pictures and bring them back to school, so you have a large bank of resources that you can use. Okay, so please involve the families. What else can you do? You can dress the part. Okay, drama, role-playing, costume day, dress the part. If you're talking about say for instance, I mentioned the past leaders, you can get the children to dress up as the past leader of the country, past Emir, past Oba, Obi, you know, they dress up that part. You can dress up the part of Mary Slessor, the woman who stopped the killing of twins. And because they're doing this project, they learn about the character that they're going to be playing, and then they come out to dramatize before the whole class or the whole school. And you should also take part in this. So imagine the whole school taking part, or just your class. You're entertaining everyone, and because they're involved, it makes more meaning to them. What about movies? If you're unable to go out and get these videos done, or maybe it's outside your jurisdiction or outside your environment and you can't reach out, what you can do, go on the internet, browse the internet, download movies, okay, short videos about any part or any aspect of geography, history, government that you don't know, or cultures. Say for instance, you've never participated in the New Yam Festival from the East. If you have videos, or families are unable to get it for you, I'm sure there are videos on the internet that you can upload. Is it your festival? If you are not lucky to be in Lagos and you haven't participated, you can do the same thing. Check the internet and get that. You can also have what's that one in the north? The dye pit, the traditional dye pit up north. You can also have videos of those. Get them. There are so many things you can do. Okay, and then maybe Independence Day, how Nigeria marked the first independence in 1960. We'll have old videos that are up in the internet that you can upload as well. So that would be great. What about field trips? We talked about this before. If it's possible that you have places around town, or even maybe outside the state, and you have permission from parents and they're willing to pay for it, please take the children on field trips. Let them go out. It's good to explore your country as far as you can go, based on security, God forbid. Okay, so go as far as you can, but you have to plan ahead. It's not something you sit down today after watching this movie, you start adding 1, 2, 3. No, this is planned ahead, sometimes 2 years before a new academic year, or as far back as September. You're applying against next year academic year. That's how it's done, because it has to be put into the school fees. You have to think about how much you're going to charge parents. So everything is based on planning. It's not something you do overnight. So please take note of that. Okay. And what else will I add here? Another thing I want to add here are the extras. Now, please listen. The extras here means that yes, you have been given a curriculum and you're supposed to build a scheme of work, or if you're lucky, you have a scheme of work already prepared for you. I do not want you to just stay where you are or just keep to whatever you're given. Please explore. Go out, check the internet, see what other areas under the topic you've been given can be treated. Look for information, look for textbooks, pick up the content from so-called top-notch schools around your areas. If you're in Lagos, what are all those schools, the big schools, according to most people, the term you call big schools? What do they do under social studies? How did they go about it? Look out for what they've done. If they have textbooks, you can borrow. Maybe you have neighbors that attend such schools, or you have colleagues that work in such schools. Please get information from them, and then sit down and look at them, study those information, and share with your colleagues and share with your school owner or your boss, and see if you can implement that in your own setting. But remember, once again, planning matters. It is not something you just pick up off the road and last week and decide to implement this week. It doesn't work. You have to plan ahead of time. And then you can do up your classroom. We've talked about the different DIYs and so on. Set up your classroom, make it interesting. Say for instance, you want to teach about the traditional rulers in the country. Maybe that's a topic. Let the children come in a traditional outfit. Let somebody dress up as an Oba, or as an Emir, or as an Obi, or as an Olu of Wari. You come, you set up a throne. Set that mood for the children to be interested in that topic, in that lesson. That's all we're asking for. Learn the songs. If need be, if you can't set it up, okay, play music from different parts of the country that you want to focus on. Okay, nothing stops you from doing that. You can host a cultural day where the children bring in different foods, they dress up, and their music and their troops, traditional troops. You do that as well to add spice to whatever you're teaching. Okay, and you can give them a research work. You can group the children and say, okay, go and research on this topic and come back and share with the class. What does that mean? It could mean that they could have debates, okay, about what role the local government plays, what role the federal government plays. Because they're involved in this and they're the one researching on this, they learn better. You can also go as far as creating interactive exercise on notebooks. Okay, what I meant by that is I want you to go and Google that and find out more about interactive notebooks. By interactive, it means that the children are not just sitting down at their desk and copying lengthy notes off the board into their notebooks. No, they are drawing pictures, they are sticking cutouts from colorful magazines, they are writing keywords, they are sticking, they are filling the blanks, they are recording stuff on themselves in their notebooks. They are interacting with their notebooks. Okay, so please find out more about interactive notebooks. The other thing again, when you teach, not something you just teach and let go because you're in a hurry to cover the curriculum. No, you can hold quizzes, contests, events, days in the school, just for children to be so aware, and reinforcement counts because you keep reinforcing the lesson you've taught them. Repetition, they say, is truly the bedrock of recalling whatever it is that you have been taught and making it stay, making it better understood. Okay, if you need to bring songs into the classroom, please do so. If you need to dress up, please dress up. If you need to get the involvement of other teachers, please do so. Collaboration counts as well. Don't just get stuck. It might be strange for you to hear that under social studies, I want you to teach history, geography, government, and about the culture. Sit down and think about this. Share with your colleagues what we have learned in this video. Does it make sense to you? Fine. Then go on the internet, browse, find out topics on that such subject that make up social studies in the US, in the United Kingdom, in Asia, in top countries, in Australia. Find out and add color, because let me tell you, the pandemic has opened the doors for many schools to compete more, and parents are wiser now. So to add that extra to your school, you need to do extra. You need to stand out. That's all I'm asking from you, okay? And before I end this session, I want you to do something. It is free. I've created a YouTube channel that I call One by One with Stella. You see the address here, HTTPS. You type this as it is with the colon, the /2. There's 2 / www.youtube.com/C/1 by 1. The way it's written, capital letter, small letter, with Stella. It is free. I have been uploading videos. This YouTube channel was created less than 3 weeks ago, and I upload videos as much as I can. The videos are less than 3 minutes long, so you will learn a lot. And I pray that everything you do this year will be crowned with success. God bless you all, and thank you for the opportunities to serve you. Okay? Thank you for listening. Bye.